My phone didn't work. I had to get what we call over there a puck. It's like a little mini Wi-Fi. It's like a MiFi, right? That I have to walk around with to get service so my cell phone could work, right? So I don't accept the excuse of, oh, nobody told me about. I was in the desert in 140-degree weather fixing my credit. So if I can fix my credit from in the middle of the desert with a cell phone and you have everything to your convenience here, I'm not taking the excuse. You can repair your credit if you dedicate the time. It's Listen, tap yourself on the chest. It's my credit, it's my responsibility. It is my credit, it is my responsibility. Now say it with me. It is my credit, it is my responsibility. Stop looking for someone to come and save you. You can save yourself. It starts with an investment in yourself. And an investment in yourself doesn't have to be monetary. It could be your time. It could be you buying books, reading books, going on YouTube, looking up stuff, researching. Guys, like the excuse that you give yourself or the excuses why you are where you're at, broke, busted, and disgusted, paying high interest rates on things that you shouldn't be paying high interest rates on. So let's make a change. The change starts with you. You need to repair, rebuild, restore your own credit. And credit repair is not expensive. You can start repairing your credit for $67, guys. You can go ahead and use my AI software. The link is below somewhere. Just look for the link. You can sign up and start repairing your credit with my AI. You can join my Consumer Law Academy community for $67. So there's ways you can fix your credit, but if you're not willing to make a step, if you're not willing to take a chance and fix your own credit, I don't know what to tell you, beloved. If I can fix my credit from in the middle of the desert with a cell phone, a MiFi, in 140-degree weather, you can do it too with all the technologies and convenience at your disposal right now. I'm not taking the excuses. Right. Let's talk about what a cease and desist is, right? What happens when you initiate a cease and desist or a refusal to pay? A cease and desist or a refusal to pay triggers the communication between a debt collector and a consumer, right? So a debt collector communicates to a consumer via two ways, either direct contact or through a CRA, which is a consumer reporting agency, by reporting inaccurate information on their credit. So whether you want to believe it or not, that's actually a form of communication, but that specific type of communication is an act to collect, right? They are attempting to collect by reporting the negative item on your credit. That's what that is. Don't let anyone try to fool you and tell you that, oh, we're only reporting inaccurate information. That's a lie. Reporting negative information on your credit is a form of collection. So when you initiate a cease and desist, it stops all collection activities, including but not limited to the reporting of the negative item on your credit. That must stop until the validation is done. All right? If the debt is not validated, the account should not be reported on your credit. Next thing is, when you initiate a cease and desist or refusal to pay, it brings them under 15 USC 1692 CC. And that law only has three possible responses: to either stop all communications, which also includes the reporting of the negative item, because attempting to collect is a form of communication and it is an act of collection. The second thing that they must do is either tell you that, hey, we are going to invoke ordinary action that they can take, or if they're assigned the contract from a creditor, that the creditor can take. And the third response that they could possibly respond to you is saying, hey, we intend to take this specified remedy that we can take or the creditor can take. Like, those are the only options for them to do. So when it comes to the notice for validation, it requires very specific things. Some of it, not all of it, requires the proof of purchase, right? The purchase agreement or the assignment agreement, and that must be signed by both parties, where it shows an assignment was given and then they have the legal right to collect. How do you even know that the debt collector is legally able to collect debt in your state. Are they licensed? Are they bonded? What is your state requirements, right, for these debt collectors to collect any alleged debt in your state? The next thing is the debt past the statute of limitations? By knowing the statute of limitations, you can get collections deleted like 1, 2, 3, especially if the account has passed the statute of limitations for it to collect. So let's say a debt collection was being reported on your credit that has passed the statute of limitation, so you cannot be sued anymore. Well, if you send the debt collector a cease and desist, it activates only one response that a debt collector can send to you, which is that all further communication and effort to collect the debt will be terminated, including but not limited to the deletion of the negative items from your credit. So debt collection is one of the easiest things to get deleted from your credit as long as you know the right laws to use or if you have the right coach. What do you do when a consumer reporting agency, or what you call a credit bureau, responds with verified, validated, or accurate? After you send your round one disputes out, so most of you don't even know what to send out in a round one dispute. A round one dispute is a vary of different things. You could be disputing a late payment, inaccurate information on your credit. You could be disputing inquiries. You could dispute in collections, charge-off, student loans, bankruptcy. There's so many things you could be disputing in your round one letter. What makes your round one letter work is the information that is in there. So not the content, but the context of what you're saying, the laws that you're using, the statutes. How does the law pertains to the type of negative account that you have, and then how are you using whether the inaccuracies, the inaccurate information, the outdated information, stuff like that, unverifiable information. How are you pointing those out? How are you holding the consumer reporting agencies accountable and then having them delete these items from your credit? This is one of the things that go into the round one. Now, they will respond to you verified, validated, accurate, or deleted, right? 4 possible responses, or 5, they probably just don't respond to you at all, right? So when they reply to you, verified, validated, or accurate, what do? Well, a lot of you just send back out the same letter. You send out the same letter, hoping that you will get a different result. And the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over again and again and again, the same exact way, expecting a different result. So when you send out a round one, your round two should be in response to their response. So if they replied, validated, verified, or accurate, you need to send out what I call an I6B3 round 2 letter. And this is basically asking them for the description of the procedure that was used to verify the accuracy of the account, which includes but is not limited to the name of the person that provided the information, the certification of accuracy, and the name and phone number of the person that did it, right? So when you require these things now for round 2, it's, well, by law they must provide it. And the law gives them 15 days to do this. So I6B3 is enforced by I7, and I7 speaks about the 14-day, or 2 weeks to be exact, that they have to respond to your I6B3. And ladies and gentlemen, when you get verified, validated, or accuracy, it's not the end of the world. What you need to know now is the proper round 2 letter to send out. Once you send out the I6B3 and making sure that that triggers the timeline for the I7, you are well on your way to either 1, getting the deletions, 2, them providing you the source on the nature of the person who accurately verified the information, or 3, you hit them with a lawsuit for non-compliance of the FCRA. So can you make money from your credit? Yes. So guess what? I'll see you on the next video. I'll probably break down how to get paid for bad credit on another video. But guess what? Like, subscribe, share. If you're finding value for this, guys, um, educational value, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. If there are certain type of content regarding the FCRA, FDCPA, Truth in Lending, Equal Credit Opportunity Act that you want me to discuss, we can talk about it. All right, get paid for bad credit. What does that mean? Yes, you can potentially get paid for bad credit. So, a lot of people don't know that they potentially have thousands of dollars on their credit report. What do I mean by that? If you have information on your credit report that's inaccurate, that's outdated, or that is just unverifiable, by law, the FCRA, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, those items of information needs to be deleted, right? If you dispute the inaccuracies with a consumer reporting agency and a consumer reporting agency refuses to delete negative, outdated, unverifiable information from your consumer report, guess what? They are in violation of the FCRA. So how do you enforce that? There's a section of the FCRA called the civil liability, right? So you have 1681N and 1681O. We have willful noncompliance and we have civil liability. Under these two statutes, under these two sections, you are able to hold these consumer reporting agencies accountable. So let's say now that you are in the market for a brand new Mercedes-Benz AMG GLE Coupe 63S, right? And you got denied as a result of the information that is on your consumer report, and the information being furnished is inaccurate. You have records and you have proof that you have disputed the negative item before and they failed to delete it. Well, if you go to the Mercedes dealership and you now get denied for your brand new Mercedes-Benz AMG GLE Coupe 63S, right? And you get denied, well, you are owed damages. That's what is called actual damages, because you got damaged as a result of their failure, and this now leads into other things like punitive damages as or other damages that the court may allow. So can you get paid for bad credit? The answer to that is yes. You just need to know the strategy on how to execute the information correctly, being able to show and prove damages, being able to show and prove that you have disputed the negative item, but the consumer reporting agency failed or refused to correct or update the information to accurate, and therefore that cost the loss of the opportunity, that cost the loss of the new home, the job, the school, whatever. You need to be able to show damages as it relates to information from your credit, and this is how you get paid, ladies and gentlemen. So can you get paid for bad credit? The answer to that is yes. Like, follow, subscribe for more. See you in the next video. Let's go.